Welcome back to Unquiet You. Today I want to talk about something that sounds very simple, but it's actually one of the hardest things for us to live out: the present moment. You've probably heard phrases like live in the now or be present, but if we're really being honest, most of us live in the past or in the future. We replay all of our mistakes, we plan, we worry, and we hustle towards what's next. And in all of that, we miss the only place that life is actually happening, which is right now. I remember a season when I was constantly chasing the next thing, the next goal, the next deal, the next milestone, the next thing for my children, preparing a year ahead of time. Like I was always planning ahead. And when I got there, it never felt like it was enough. I had already moved the finish line to the next thing. When I ran my first half marathon, by the time I ran the half marathon, I was already thinking about what I could do next. And when I got there, I remember thinking to myself, well, what was the point of this? Like I spent so much time like training and then I get to this finish line and I'm like, okay, do I need to sign up for a full next? Like what's next? And the irony of all of that is that the moments that mattered the most weren't even in the future plans. They were in the quiet mornings with my coffee, the laughing in the car with my daughter, or the unexpected conversations that shifted my entire perspective on different things. That's when it hit me that life actually doesn't happen in the past or the future. Those are just places that my mind likes to wander. Life only happens right here, right now. The past only exists as a story we replay. It's over with. Everything that happened 10 minutes before is no longer actively happening now. It's actually over, and we're only living in the past based off of a story that we're telling about it. While it can teach us, we can't relive it. We can't go back. We can't redo it. So every time we get stuck there, rehashing mistakes, what we should have said, we're using our now to live in something that's already gone. So you're using your right now that you could be living to try and live in something that there's no way to change the past. There's no way to go back and redo it. Our future is just our imagination. Our future only exists as an idea, a projection, a thing that we want. We actually need it for goals and vision, but it hasn't happened yet. And here's the key. While goals are necessary for growth, they give us direction. But when we only focus on the future, you miss the most important part, which is who you're becoming as you're moving forward towards that goal. That transformation can only happen in the here and now and in the present. When you appreciate the now, you have gratitude for what you have today, where you are today, and who you are with today. Your goals actually will come faster when you have gratitude for where you are today and who you are today. You're expanding into the version of yourself that can hold it. You see yourself in real time right now. You notice your loved ones right now. How many times do we say, oh, I can't wait for my child to walk. I can't wait for my child to walk, right? And so you're so constantly looking at this cute little baby and you're like, I just can't wait for that kid to walk. And then when the kid starts walking, it's like, I can't wait for him to start saying all these words and all these things. When the actual fun part of it was in the here and now, where you're going to have a moment where you miss having to carry that baby everywhere, where you're going to miss the cuddles, right? Because now they're independent and they're running around. And we always say, oh, I miss those days. If you were living in those days, you would have absorbed them as they are instead of trying to get to the next step. I remember when my son was little, I did have this thought a lot, like, oh, I can't wait till he walk. He can like go get his own stuff and all the things. And so I was so focused on that step that once he became where he was walking and he was more independent, he was a very independent child anyway from birth. But it was like, oh man, I really miss the times where he would like sit in my lap and ask me to carry him somewhere. Right now he's like doing it all on himself. And, it was because I was choosing not to live in the moment and really, really appreciate that phase that we were truly in. You notice that your loved ones right here, right now, you notice where they are as humans, and you're able to see them as the really, really neat humans that they are today. I often say this, sometimes I'll sit and watch, especially my youngest daughter now, because she's the only one at home, but I'll sit and watch her and how she does things and how she's processing things and just the things that she does. And I'm like, I'm so grateful that I'm absorbing this version of her today, because tomorrow she's going to be someone different. She's going to see things differently. She's going to have different experiences. So I want to take this in right now for her. And you see yourself open up to opportunities, connections, and experiences that you would have missed had we always been stuck on the yesterday or tomorrow. When you are able to be present, say you're at a coffee shop, you may have a conversation with someone that can be completely life-changing for you that you wouldn't have had if you sat at that coffee shop thinking about the future of what could be or what should be, or the past of how you messed something up or the mistakes that you made. The present really is all that you ever truly have. If you think about it, you've never actually lived in anything but this moment. You've had the past, but you're not living in it right now. You're living right now and right now only. You can only breathe now. You can only decide now, and you can only actually take action right now. The present is where joy lives, where peace exists, and where your power actually lies. A lot of times when you say things like, I am going to start this thing on Monday. I'm going to start this new habit on Monday. I'm going to start looking for jobs on Monday. I'm going to go to this networking event next week, all the things. You actually aren't able to do that because it's not in the now. So when you're living in the present moment, it's more about what can I do right now? And this is very hard because our brains want to either go back or go forward, right? Our brains want us to rehash what we've done in the past all the time. I believe it was Joe Dispenza who said that I think it's like 70% of our thoughts every day are actually thoughts from our past or thoughts that happened yesterday. And if we don't learn to control those, then every single day you're living in your past. And so one of the ways that you can bring yourself back to being in the present moment is to check in with your senses. What do you see right now? What do you hear? And what do you feel right now in this moment? Then if you can take 3 steps very, very slowly, just to kind of come back into where you are now. I always do this sometimes when I'm driving, especially if my brain starts thinking about something totally off. And I'm like, I've literally been on an interstate and passed my exit because my brain is so focused on something else that I don't even know where I'm driving to anymore. So a lot of times in the car, especially, I'll like take some deep breaths and just be like, come back to the moment. All is well. Another really, really big way to be in the moment is to show gratitude for right now. Show gratitude for maybe the car you're in. Maybe you have heat and it's cold outside. Be grateful that you have heat in your car. Be grateful that you have a house. Be grateful that your daughter is sitting next to you watching your favorite TV shows together. Be grateful that you're having dinner with people that you really love. Be grateful that you're having a phone call with your kid who lives in a different state. Like, there is always something to be grateful for no matter what. Also, you have to really, really work on your thoughts because our thoughts naturally want to go a different direction, right? And so a lot of times it's bringing our thoughts back to like, what is right now? What is right here? And when you're able to ask yourself that, it will give you a second to kind of hone in and be like, okay, right here, right now, I'm not thinking about what's coming later. I'm thinking about exactly what is here and doing these steps, like checking in with what do you see right now? This is a lot of times why I take a lot of pictures in the morning when I'm walking, because my brain, I always listen to podcasts or like a walking meditation, but I can let my brain start really, really drifting. And so I purposely stop and I'll look at different flowers. I'll look at the moon. I'll look at the sun. I'll look at the trees or people's door colors on their houses. I've noticed like when people change their door colors, and it's so that I can come back into like what I'm doing at the moment, because I enjoy morning walks a lot and I don't want to miss that opportunity to enjoy that downtime. So the truth is that you're only living in this present moment, no matter what. And the only place that you have to love, to create, and to grow is right now. Your goals do matter. And I'm a very big big proponent of goals. I believe we have to have them. But the version of you that those goals require is right now. You meet that person in the now to be able to step into the future person that you want to be. Thanks for listening and have a great day. Thanks for being here and for choosing to be a little louder, a little braver, and a whole lot more you. If this episode spoke to you, I'd love it if you subscribed, left a review, or shared it with someone who needs it. Until next time, keep tuning in to the fire inside. Stay unquiet.